Salutes, double salutes. Don't ever do that if you're in the service. Get fucked up for that shit. But salutations, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is the fresh and the funky Playz and Parlayz sports show. This is just one man, regular guy like myself, candy can, talking sports, breaking it down the best way I know how, taking, statistics and also taking my best intuition to give to you what I think may or may not happen and may be a good side to take. Either, sports betting, parlaying, playing fantasy as far as picking up fantasy players. Today is obviously waiver wire for those of you out there playing fantasy football. For the rest of us, we got action all over across the board, the sports world. We had Major League Baseball, the divisional round has just begun here, and wow, did we have some amazing finishes yesterday. Oh, you had the Philadelphia Phillies starting it off against the Braves here, jumping out to an early 4-1 lead in the game, and then ended up putting 7 runs. But then the Braves started battling back here, and then lost in the ninth inning here, coming 1 run short, losing 7-6. And then we had the Houston Astros and the Mariners here. The Mariners jumped up all over and got 6 runs off Justin Verlander. But the Astros, they still battled back. They battled back until Yardon Alvarez likes to go yard. I mean, he's the big kahuna, if you want to say that. They're down there in the Astro land right now. And they better be giving him the kudos and accolades, not Mr. Tuve and not any of these other guys here. It was big Yardon Alvarez with a 3-run homer that basically walked it off for the Astros to win that game here by a run. And then obviously you had the Yankees taking care of business against the Guardians. Guardians came in, pretty tough here. Put up the first run, but then after that, they didn't manage to get much of anything. And the Dodgers were like the Dodgers. They took care of business here. The Dodgers win by 2 runs. So that was your day of all the teams played yesterday. We got 2 games today, obviously, to talk about on the MLB lineup here, and let's get into them right now. We have what we just started out talking about. The first game is the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Atlanta Braves here. This game will be played at 1:35 West Coast time, so 4:35 Eastern time today. We have Zach Wheeler's dwarf, I like to call him Zach Wheeler's, who used to, once upon a time was a New York Met and now is a Philadelphia Phillies, facing these Atlanta Braves here, and taking on Kyle Wright here tonight here for the Braves here. The Braves, they fought back here. Obviously the Phillies, been playing strong here as the playoffs. They eliminated the St. Louis Cardinals, which historically they made the playoffs and they've been a strong team. So the Phillies, came in there, knocked them off, and then yesterday, still putting up the runs here, finding ways. Nick, speaking of runs, obviously Nick Castellanos here, So, so the Phillies, they're looking, they're playing with house money right now. The Braves definitely got to get one here today, here in Game 2. So, what are we going to see here? We're going to see, high scoring runs here. 7-6 was the total number of runs there. So we'd say 13. So now they got 7.5 right now. 7.5 is the over under right now. That game will be played on Fox. So anybody looking for the game. And then we have the last but not least, we have the Padres and the Dodgers. This game will be played at 5:37 West Coast time, 8:37 Eastern Standard Time. We have the Yu Darvish on the mound for the Padres, and we have Clayton Kershaw taking the mound for the Dodgers. Obviously, Dodgers took game one here, and obviously looking to take game two to take a comfortable 2-0 lead over the Padres. But never fear, the Padres are here. Padres took out the Mets to get here to play the Dodgers, so I wouldn't count them out today. Obviously, the total number of runs is 7. I think it went. I think it went 5-3. Yes, I believe it went 5-3 last night here, so it was 8 runs there. So curious to see how that transpires. We had hockey last night as well. We had the New York Rangers getting an opening night win on the ice against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And let's see, the Rangers won 3-1 was the final score there. And then we had the other game was the Golden Knights edging out the Los Angeles Kings 4-3 here. So tonight on the ice here we have a couple games here to speak of. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Carolina Hurricanes. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, the Battle of Canania. Let's see. Then we got the Bruins and the Capitals. We have the Blackhawks and Avalanche. We have the Kraken and the Ducks, and we have the Canucks and the Oilers. So another Battle of Canania. And people probably get offended, just like some guy yesterday wanted to, this dude wanted to think it was a spelling bee in my chat here. I mean, people just want attention anywhere you go, and I just don't care. I ain't got time to waste on people that want to have a spelling bee in my if you got something to talk about sports wise and intuitive and instructive, that's cool. But if you got just dumb shit, random shit to be said, I'm just gonna pay it no mind. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the ice tonight here, and obviously most of these teams are getting in there first. So hopefully most of these teams are going to try and get a win to start out the season here. And then obviously we had NBA season basketball here today. We got NBA preseason basketball to speak of here. We have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have the New York Knicks taking on the Indianapolis. Yeah, the Indianapolis Pacers. Indiana Pacers here. I call them Indianapolis, but they play in Indianapolis. The Hornets taking on the 76ers. We have the Pelicans taking on the Heat. We have the Nets and the Bucks. We have the Timberwolves taking on the Lakers. We have the Kings and the Suns, and we have the Nuggets and the Clippers. So let's see. We also have a college football game to talk about here tonight. Or well, I'm here in the morning here. It's almost afternoon here in the West Coast here. But we got one game to. We have definitely one game to break down tonight here for college. We have the Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajun, 2-3 on the season, 0-2 in the Sun Belt, taking on the 3-2, 0-1 Marshall Thundering Herd here in the Sun Belt here. So, gonna be a great game here to say the least here. Obviously, they're in Marshall plays in Huntsville, Huntington, West Virginia, in Jones C. Edwards Stadium here. So we definitely want to see how that's going to roll out here tonight here. Obviously, We have Marshall's favored by 10.5 on the spread here. The over/under is 46.5. So interesting, interesting. But that's and then we have NFL. Let's see if we can get an NFL update here on some injuries here. Some news and notes. We do have a game Thursday night tomorrow night between the Commanders and the Commanders and the Bears. The Bears. So that game will be on Amazon Prime Video. The Commanders come in at a 1-4 record, with the Bears coming in with a 2-3 record here. Bears with a chance to at least stay 500, and then obviously the Commanders are, they're reeling right now, and Ron Rivera's, making bad comments about his quarterback. And I mean, I if I'm a if I'm a wagering guy, I believe Ron Rivera is going to be the next coach that gets the boot. I do see the Commanders looking for a new head coach next season, especially if Ron Rivera continues down this, losing slide. Let's see, Dak to throw and test his thumb. They expect Cooper Rush to start though, so unless hold on a second here, let me get give me a. Let me get a drink of water there. All right, so they're gonna test Dak Prescott's thumb to see how well it is, and maybe there's a chance that we do see Dak Prescott maybe starting over Cooper Rush. But as of right now, they're expecting Cooper Rush to be the starter there. So, and Devontae Adams was charged with assault on the cameraman for a post game shove here. So I mean, understandably you're frustrated, but doesn't give you the right to you just go around just shoving people because you're just pissed off and mad. Tua, they're trying to see if Tua can throw here, but they have ruled him out against. They've ruled him out for this Sunday's game against the Minnesota Vikings. Skylar Thompson will be your starting quarterback. Obviously, Teddy Bridgewater will not be seeing any action. They're thinking that the Finns are optimists that Tyreek Hill will be playing against the Vikings this Sunday. So, and again, like I said, Ron Rivera had to apologize to Carson Wentz for the quarterback comments here. All right, the Rams, Edwards here is on IR after concussion protocol here. All right, passport issue keeps Giants punter Jamie Gallen in London. Not yet back from London here. Obviously, Jamie Gallen is having trouble with his passport to get back to the States. Tom Brady and Kim Klashek, the latest to invest in pickleball team. Okay, I don't even want to even know. I don't even know what that is. They're not even going to begin to tell you what that is. So that is the sports that we have for the day here. Now let's go into what our plays and our leans be here. So obviously we got 2 postseason baseball games here. Let's see. if I was having a player lean, a player who I lean on, or a team I would lean on here in this Phillies and Braves here. Phillies have been kind of hot, so I mean, but I mean, Phillies have kind of been hot here. The bats have kind of been alive, so does Kyle Wright cool those bats down here? And I'm gonna go with the Braves today here. I'm gonna take the Braves here, and I'm gonna go with them on the run line here. I mean, I know it's probably not the move or the play here, but I mean, I think the Braves somehow find a way today, get back to that winning Braves magic. I mean, they're gonna have to in order to continue on and want to move on to the next round. And then we have the Padres and the Dodgers here. Last night I went Dodgers on the run line. It's always been my bread and butter here throughout the baseball season that I was putting with my parlays. Dodgers run line was always a no-brainer here. So I mean, tonight here, I mean, we got Kershaw here. How does Kershaw pitch? How does Darvish pitch? Obviously, these are two elite, elite form top pitchers. But as we saw last night here, Justin Verlander gave up 6 runs before he got taken out. But their team still won here, and so mm, I don't like it. But my play is the under 7 here. I'm gonna go the under 7 in this Dodgers and Padres here. I don't know. It's not my best play. I definitely wouldn't put it in a parlay for certain. It's just I don't know. Kind of feel they went 8 runs, so I figure 8 runs higher is the highest, and I think lower than 8. I think maybe about 5 or 6 runs tonight. All right, let's go to NHL here. uh, Blue Jackets and the Hurricanes. I mean, Hurricanes are usually generally a really good hockey team. I mean, Columbus Blue Jackets had a really good, um, they had a really good preseason, but how does that bode over on the road today? Um, I think both teams could probably score here, but I don't know. I kind of feel like the under 6.5 here is my little play there. I'm leaning on the play there. Maple Leafs and the Canadians here. Obviously, Toronto's the better of the two teams here. Um, but say the Canadians have a little magic maybe tonight here. I'm gonna lean my play to the Montreal Canadiens here. Then we got the Capitals and we have the Bruins. Bruins are generally, but the Capitals, Ovechkin, he's gonna be trying to go for that goal, that goal scoring title once again. So I would take Capitals on the money line here, minus 143 here. We're under 6 goals. Don't know if I like. All right, we have the defending Stanley Cup champions at home, the Avalanche, taking on the Chicago Blackhawks here. My play is going to be Blackhawks plus the 2 here. I mean, plus the 2.5 goals here. I think Chicago could definitely cover that here. So, and we have the Kraken and we have the Ducks here. Um, I would love to take the over 6 goals in this game, but just not sold. I like the Kraken here. I actually do like the Kraken, but I think the Ducks do play strong at home. But I do like the Kraken here. That is definitely my one of my plays there. And we had the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton's at home, so I like that. Let's take Edmonton on the goal line here. Take the Edmonton Oilers on the goal line here. So those are my NHL plays for the night here. We had the college football game here. Obviously got Marshall minus 10.5. And Rage Cajuns plus 310. The over-under is 46.5 here. Um, I'm just reading this game off the 10.5. I mean, can Marshall do that? I mean, I think Marshall's capable of it, but the Red Cajun have a decent squad, and but being on the road here, it is tough, and it's a tough environment here. So I'm gonna go with the over 46.5. That'd be my play here. I think there would be some points, enough points to get over the 46.5 number tonight. And I do like Marshall, but I don't know if I trust that 10.5. They got to win by 11. I mean, I'm sure they probably could do it at home, but my play and my read is definitely the over. All right, we got the Atlanta Hawks and we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm gonna take the Hawks here. The Hawks here. Money line. Hawks have been playing well. They won 2 games over in Dubai against the Milwaukee Bucks. DeJounte Murray and Trey Young look like a real good combination here. It's going to be a problem here out there in the East here. They might not. They got Capella. Obviously, they still got John Collins here. Obviously, it's so they're gonna be competitive once again here, taking on the Cavaliers team. Cavaliers has got a good team as well here. I mean, Cavaliers are favored to win by 2 here. I mean, I don't hate the +2 with the Hawks either. And we have an over under 224.5. I mean, both these teams could put up points here, but I don't know. I would think an under definitely would be in, but it depends. Both teams can score a lot of points. We have the Charlotte Hornets and the Philadelphia 76ers here. Obviously, 76ers are favored here by 8.5 points. Charlotte's been a team that's they haven't won a game yet here, so we'll definitely see what they're going to be able to do. Definitely heavy underdog today. I mean, and then we have an over under 218. I mean, for my read would be either 76ers or I'm taking the under here. All right, then we have the Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Miami Heat. The Heat are the 4-point favorites at home. Over under 218.5 here. I like both these teams. Miami plays very well. But the Pelicans, they got a lot of the Pelicans got some good players, but they did lose Jackson Hayes though, so but I think they got some other young guys at the center position that will be able to fill in. So Heat have been playing pretty well. So I like the. I'm gonna take the Pelicans plus the 4. I don't hate that here. I think the Pelicans are more than capable of either winning the game or at least if they're gonna lose by 3 or at least 4 or less. That'd be nice. We have the Brooklyn Nets and we have the Milwaukee Bucks here. Obviously, the Nets are the underdogs here, but I don't know. Something's kind of fishy about that here. I think I'm gonna go with the Nets here. I mean, who knows? I mean, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lakers here. Um, Lakers to win by 4. It's interesting because I mean, it just depends on who's playing for the Timberwolves. If Cat's playing and Rudy Gobert is playing here tonight, I definitely like I like the Timberwolves' chances here. And but we got 224. I mean, if all the stars are playing here, I think definitely that definitely goes. But I'm gonna take the under 224 points in Timberwolves and Lakers. And we have the Kings and we have the Suns here. And the over/under is 216.5. I'm somebody that I'm buying the Kings. Yeah, I might be drinking the Kings Kool-Aid early here, but so far I've liked what I've seen from them. I think the team going forward, if they could stay healthy with some of the guys they have right now, they're playing well together. I think it's maybe the Kings are finally going to start to go somewhere because it's not like the Kings are a shitty team or had shitty players. It's just some bad coaching, some bad juju, I guess. Still over the team somewhat, but now hopefully that'll be clear and pass. I do like the Suns, but I don't know. The Suns. It's gonna be tough for the Suns to compete here. I mean, it's not like they're not gonna be competitive. It's just Chris Paul's not getting any younger, and you can't play him that many minutes and expect to you know. I mean, it showed basically last year. Last year it showed when Chris Paul basically when they got smoked the last 2 games against the Mavericks. I mean, it was just embarrassing to say the least. And Booker didn't even show up, and Booker's supposed to be this guy that Kobe gave his blessing to be the next guy to have that mama mentality, and really he doesn't have that mama closer mentality. He doesn't have that want to fucking close you out. It doesn't mean that he's not a perennial all-star player. He's more than capable of doing that, but he's got to show and he's got to prove that. I mean, Chris Paul, we know Chris Paul is CP3. He's the point god. I mean, you got guys like Devin Booker need to step up and solidify himself. You need guys like DeAndre Eaton to step up and solidify himself as the next up big man in this league. And how about some of this Mikal Bridges and some of these other guys that Cam Johnson and all these other guys? How about they start to become the players that they showed flashes of to become these all stars and guys that you know you can't just be relying all on old man Chris Paul to do it. All those the other guys got to step up and contribute as well. And last but not least, we have the Denver Nuggets and we have the Clippers. I mean, Nuggets ended up edging out end up edging out the. But I'm in the ilk. There'll be points here, but I definitely like the Clippers here. I'm taking them on the points here. I think they could win by 4. The Clippers have a strong team. The Nuggets, Nuggets will fight here. They're scrappy. They're a scrappy bunch of guys that will go out there and hey, they'll give you their all and their best here. But I like the makeup of what the Clippers do have down there. So, so those are basically my plays and my leans here. Where I think I'm gonna place. So now we basically got to make ourselves. We gotta cut ourselves a parlay here. Now, if I was to just cut it down to try to make a parlay here and just combine everything and make everything into one here, we take out Charlotte here. I definitely like Atlanta money line. I don't know. I mean that game could go either way, but I definitely like that here. The Pelicans plus the 4 here. We'll take that one off as well. Brooklyn Nets money line. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a trap type game there. Um, then we have the Lakers, Kings money line. I like that here. And maybe we take out this Clippers one. We'll leave the Kings money line because I like that. Timberwolves and Lakers under 224. I kind of like that as well. Brooklyn Nets money line. I like that well as well, and the Atlanta Hawks money line. So those would be my NBA preseason games that I'm putting into the parlay here. I just I feel I feel quite confident with those teams, picking those teams. I feel as though, and we have baseball here. Um, I don't the Dodgers under 7. I don't like here. This the Braves to win by 2 would be nice. It would be nice to place into a parlay here, but uh, I don't know if I could do that here. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that to put it in a parlay type form there here. So we'll stay away from betting the playoff baseball here. Like I said, I hit on the Dodger one. I don't know if cat scratch fever is eager for me to scratch that Dodgers run line again because like I said, that's been my mo. That's been my thing where. And Kershaw, in the playoffs, Kershaw's a different guy. But I thought that about Justin Verlander, so who knows? So, and then we got college football here. We have the college football game here. I definitely like the college football game here. I think the over 46.5 is definitely. I definitely like that here. Obviously, we're in hockey. We got the hockey here. Obviously, I'm gonna take away the Montreal Canadiens here. Carolina and the Blue Jackets under 6.5. I don't know. The Capitals money line. I think I like that here. I definitely like the Blackhawks plus the 2 goals here against the Avalanche. I like the Kraken on the money line. And we have the Edmonton Oilers. Eh, let's take that game off as well here. So Kraken money line, Blackhawks to cover the 2.5 goals, and the Capitals to win there. Those are my if I'm taking anything here, parlaying it, and that is what it is here. So that's all right. So we're taking that there here. So let's see here. I want to look and see here to make sure that especially the college here, the college one, Yeah. Teams are a little bit trickier here when it comes down to college here. Well, a lot of people think that it's going to be all right. Points per game here. All right. Marshall puts up 29.4. Then you have the Raging Cajun. They put up 25.6. So they put up about 26 points a game. They only allow 20 points a game, and Thundering Herd only allows 16 points a game. So quite a bit of a difference here. Thundering Herd put up 400 plus yards total offense. The Raging Cajun put up 300 yards. Raging Cajun put up 209 yards passing a game, but they only rushed the ball 117 yards per game. Other side, Marshall, 190 yards, 199 yards per game, and 224 yards rushing. All right, Marshall allows they allow 281 yards of offense so far, 210 yards passing this year, and only allowed 71 yards rushing. Then we have the Raging Cajun that have given up 370 yards this year, 441 yards of it through the air, 128 yards rushing. All right, Norfolk, they pretty much ran away against Norfolk here. At home against Gardner Webb, they only won, and it was 35 here, so. And lost by 12. They lost to Monroe by 4. They lost to Rice by 12. So, I mean, all right. Just seems though it's an odd college football game to bet on here, to say the least. I mean, Raging Cajun they've kept it tight and kept it close here. Maybe we take that down here, and I don't know, maybe keep it to under 46 here, or do we take the Raging Cajun cover the 10.5 here? I mean, my first read was definitely the over here, but yeah. Or do we believe in Marshall here? We are Marshall here. We are Marshall here, And there. His last game, so 46 here. So I'm gonna go with the. For some reason, I'll stick with the over here. We'll stick with the over here. So we'll keep that here. We got Capitals money line here. We got plus 2.5. We got the Kraken. We got the Hawks money line. Brooklyn Nets money line. The under 224. The Kings, and we have the over 46.5 in the Marshall game here. I mean, it's gonna have to be a real competitive game here, and I don't know. Lafayette here, but I mean, I'm gambling. I'm taking a gamble. I'm taking a risk here. We're taking a gamble. We're taking a risk here. Oh shoot, on the wrong one here. But let me just write it down here. That way I know here. That way I know. Here, let's see here. We're gonna and parlay here. 10, 12. All right. We got some interesting plays today, but we're going to go with them. The Washington Capitals here. Money line here. Minus 143 here. Chicago. Blackhawks here. Plus a 2.5 on the spread here. So that was minus 136 here. So, okay. Because we took the Kraken here. We took the Kraken here. We got the Kraken. We got the Seattle. Kraken on the money line. Plus 112 here. We got the Atlanta Hawks money line here. Plus 107. The Brooklyn Nets here. The Brooklyn Nets here, money line as well here. That's plus 125 here. I don't know, it just seems to be a little suspicious, a little bit suspect. Under 224 points between the T-Wolves here and the Lakers. That's 110. And then we got the Kings. We have the Sacramento Kings here. Sacramento Kings money line here. Plus 186 here. I mean, damn. And then we have the over 46.5 points between the Raging Cajun here. Raging Cajuns and the Thundering Herd here. The Thundering Herd. Minus 110 here. So with our dollar bet here, we will cash out here at $302.49 here. So that is it. You know, extraordinary big bet here. It's 8 teams here, 8 legs of a parlay. Got a cash. Usually, generally doesn't happen here, but we're gonna try it tonight here. We're gonna try it here. Cross sports. We're gonna go the cross sports, the multi sports parlay here. I should say to be frank here. And it's not because I'm, rhyme or reason or it's just, I try to take what I like and go with that and maybe change my mind to something if I, but, we're, all right. So we got that bet. We have that bet there. So, all right. So we just wanted to talk that a little bit here. Obviously, obviously we done talked about what we need to talk about here. Kept it short and sweet. Tomorrow we'll get the dice. We'll jump into some NFL action. Obviously, there's 2 games in that NHL. Obviously, there's a couple college football games as well. So we got a little more action packed here, multi sports. So we can kind of, you're not just betting on one, putting one our eggs in one basket here. Just try to multi sport task and see if we can get the job done here. So this is this is your man, fresh and funky, aka Kenny Ken, aka motherfucking. Don't call me your fuck boy. Don't call me your cunt like motherfucking Josh, wherever the fuck you are, Mister. Wants to put his little 2 cents in there, Mister Spelling Bee contest. Okay, how about you spell this? Dipshit. Okay, dipshit. All right, that's who you are, motherfucker. All right. But other than that, let's go watch some sports today. Let's enjoy this Wednesday and have a wonderful and blessed day. And let's be better, not bitter. Let's not be like Josh Thomas on here. Let's be better, all right? Not bitter like him.